Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing First World Problems, a Belgian IPA from Stewart Brewing, which is a brewery in Scotland. 6.2%, so it's got a whack to it. Now it says here on ratebeer.com, it's got a rating of 3.54 from 163 ratings, and it says, this beer is certainly not for the faint-hearted and most definitely packs a punch or two. Sponsored by Stewart Brewing, the recipe was created by James Hardacre, a keen and experienced homebrewer who succeeded in winning the Southern's homebrew competition. With an extensive array of 6 different hops, FWP is the hoppiest beer that Stewart Brewing have ever produced. Brewed with oat, malt, and crystal rye. Okay, that's interesting. Right. Now, one of the strongest, hoppiest beers that I've ever tasted was Stone's Go-To IPA. That thing was hops on another level. And really, you'd never want more than one can. Just too much in your face. Right, give this a pour. I haven't done anything tonight. Anniversary today, so 21 years married, 28 years together. God knows how she puts up with it. She loves me doing beer reviews, honestly. So, that's it. It looks like an amber pour, white head. Apricots and grapefruit on the nose. Right. Oh, wow, lots in the flavour. Just reading what other people are putting. And, it's got some elements of citrus in it, biscuit. There's fruitiness to it. I think it's one of them that the further you go down, the further, a lot of beer straight away, the first sip you have, you know what you're drinking. This is one of them. First sip I have, I ain't got a clue what I'm tasting. A little bit starting to come through. I mean, I had a Bombardier, pint of Bombardier at the pub. God, an hour and a half ago now. So that was the last thing I had to drink. Hazy pour. I mean, I've heard of Stewart Brewing before. They have made some beers for, I think it's Howdy, some of Howdy's new beers. And they also was in Lidl's, the last beer festival that Lidl did. Certainly in the Scottish part of that, because there was quite a few from them. In the English part, there might have been one or two. I definitely have done Stewart Brewing before. I remember tagging them on Instagram, so I definitely have. But these days there's so many beers. For any beer to stand out above everything else, it's got to be exceptional. And even then, as you get older, you forget anyway. So, we go back to what does it say? Is the hoppiest beer that Stewart Brewing have ever produced. Okay, I don't find it that hoppy at all. I find it pleasant. Yeah, it's got 6 different hops in, but it's just find it really, very drinkable. Stone's Go-To IPA, I'll say that one again. That is hops beyond hops. It's so hard to drink, and the first time you drink it, it whacks you with the hop content. It just absolutely gives you a smack in the mouth. It's that intense. This is just a nice drink. 6.2%. Not really feeling that it tastes as strong as it says it is. Obviously it does, because they won't lie, but for me, tasting the 4.5% category, and yet earlier I reviewed St. Peter's Mild. Yep, shows up. That was only 3.7%, and boy, that tasted stronger than this, and it was wacky. You know, beer should not be tasting stronger at a lower ABV. But then again, I've had Beck's Blue before, and Beck's Blue is non-alcoholic lager. When I was drinking it, I swear I felt drunk. But, you know, obviously some elements of the ingredients can fool you into thinking that, unless I'm just weird. You know. So there's a sweetness to it. Never heard of a Belgian IPA. Totally new to me. It reminds me in some ways, though, of some Belgian beers, though. You know, in there's a taste element to it that reminds me of that. So, but as it is, it's just a damn fine beer. Where did I get it from? Waitrose, more than likely Waitrose. You know, so if you go online, Waitrose and Ocado, fantastic. With Waitrose, you can get £20 off. Ocado, miserable bleeders. They won't let you use vouchers, and they don't have offers very often, so you end up paying full whack. So something to think about, you know, especially when you can go to Aldi and etc. and get it on a £4 for £6 deal most of the time, at least. It's really difficult to pick out the taste. I looked at a few reviews on it, and even other reviewers struggling to pick out, you know, some are saying citrus peel, fruity flavour, taste, rich rye, yeastiness from the aroma, and you know, another one here is saying yellow grapefruit peach, grapefruit pith, pith, dried stone fruit caramel, light rye, dried mangoes. Obviously some people have got a fantastic imagination of what they're tasting, you know. Me, probably not so much. But yeah, so amber, slightly hazy amber pour, white head, and I couldn't see lacing or carbonation, but being as the Zoya head still at the bottom, it's definitely got lacing or carbonation there. On the aroma, very much grapefruit, apricot. In the taste, everything I've already said, and that was a damn fine beer. It won't be a top 10 beer, but as for the hoppiest beer they've ever produced, it gives that hoppy. To be fair, it was nicely hoppy. Brewdog's Punk IPA is hoppier, so maybe it's the type of hops you use, not just the amount of hops. So yeah, Brewdog's Punk IPA is still very much hoppier than this, but that don't mean this isn't a bad beer. For me, very good beer, very nice. More of a quaffable beer, you know, 6.2%. It shouldn't be quaffable, you know, because otherwise, yeah, 3 or 4 pints of that, you're on your back. Well, most people would at least. Certainly a palate cleanser out of 5 then. Yeah, I liked it. It wouldn't be a top 10 beer, you know, it didn't quite hit the spot in that way. You know, it didn't live up to its billing that it says it is, which is, you know, whereas the previous review I did tonight, St. Peter's Mild, that lived up to its billing and was, you know, something else in taste and aroma, you know, totally and utterly surprised me. This, when it says it's the hoppiest beer they've ever produced, and then you drink it and it's, I didn't find it anywhere near hoppy. Whether it's got to be drank at chilled temperature, you shouldn't really have to chill IPAs. I mean, you know, I would have thought room temperature is sufficient. So interesting. You know, chilled, room temperature. There's a big debate there, even on such a things as I brew homebrew wine. And now they're saying that Pinot Noirs, Beaujolais, you can drink from the fridge. But now they're saying Pinot Noirs can be drink chilled. And as you know, most people know, red wine, room temperature. There are some that can be drank that way, from the fridge. But I mean, when it's cold in the beer room, and I take it from the beer room to the house, and it's freezing, and I drink it, it tastes all right. So, but maybe that's just the naughty side of me coming out, where I obviously drink too much. One of them things. Helps you sleep. So, out of 5, I'm going to get a 4.4 out of 5. It was a very interesting beer. The amount of flavours in there is something else, The reviews on Rate Beer, I've read 10 different reviews, even while I'm drinking it, and none of the reviews are the same. Usually there's a general consensus, but on these reviews, everyone's getting different things from the beer. So, first world problems, it's an interesting one. If you see it, get it and see what you think of it. Very interesting, very, very complex and different flavours coming out, and that's for all different hops. But as a hoppy beer, it isn't that hoppy, strangely. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Better get in now before I get a red card off the wife. Cheers.